All right, welcome everybody. I'd like to call to order the June 2020 Southbury Zoning Commission meeting. Let's stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
To the flag
of the United States of
of the
America
United States of America,
and to the republic for which it stands,
for which it
one
stands,
nation,
one nation,
under God,
under God,
liberty and justice for all.
for all.
Seating of alternates, both Jay and Marty will be seated as a regular tonight. Now we have a full house. Well, not a full house, but we're full. All right, first item on the agenda, the appointment of the new zoning enforcement officer, Jessica Townsend. Jessica, do you want to give us a little background on yourself before we say yes?
Sure, I can do that. I grew up here in town. I've moved away a few times, but I always end up coming back. Most recently, I was living down in Louisiana doing regulatory work for underground storage tanks for the state of Louisiana down there. I moved back here in January, and this was the very first job I applied to before I even moved back. And then shortly thereafter, the whole virus situation happened, and I didn't hear back from this job, and I was like, oh, well, but then I got the call, and I was really excited, and I enjoy doing regulatory work. I enjoy, knowing people in town and knowing my way around, and this town is near and dear to my heart. I don't know, I think it's important to preserve it and try to keep the small town feeling.
Just one question. How long were you away from Southbury?
This most recent time,
Yeah,
2 years.
okay, so you haven't really missed a lot.
No,
Okay,
no.
all right. Obviously, she's been hired by the planning administration and the front office. So I assume her credentials are proper for the position, so I'd like to hear a motion that we approve Jessica as the new zoning enforcement officer for the town of Southbury.
I move that we appoint Jessica Townsend.
Jay Hine will second it.
Jay second, I think. Okay, I'm going to hold the roll call. I think Jay was the second. It sounded like, Jay, were you the second?
Yes.
Okay, it was Rod first. Okay, Rod Ashby,
Aye.
Susan Monteleone?
Here,
No, do you
I
approve or not?
vote yes. I do, I'm sorry. I was in the wrong meeting.
David Dix,
Yes.
Jay Hine,
Yes.
Martin Ludoff. Yes. Okay, it's unanimous. All right, public hearings, none. Outstanding applications, number 10903, PDD number 21, Transylvania Brook Estates, South Britain and Roxbury Roads. Application for approval of detailed plans. When we left the last time, we didn't have a resolution in hand, so we were going to postpone, or we were going to come back the next week or the week after, 2 weeks after. And then COVID hit and nothing got done. So it's been put off and put off. We now have a resolution that's been written, reviewed, and we should probably read it into the record. Do I have any volunteers to read it?
I'll read it if you'd like, Gary.
Thank you, Susan.
Okay. June 10, 2020 resolution, Plan Development District Number 21, Transylvania Brook Estates, Roxbury, and South Britain Road, 7-lot cluster subdivision. Whereas, on December 11, 2019, the Southbury Zoning Commission received an application, parentheses, number 10903, close parentheses, from Transylvania Brook Estates, LLC, for a Plan Development District, parentheses, PDD number 21, close parentheses, consisting of 7 lots in clustered settings with a private road on this 18-plus acre site, and further described in reference plans, subdivision map, overall site plan, site erosion and sediment control plan, detail and note plans prepared by Stuart Summers Company, LLC, dated 2/23/17, revised 1/22/20, and architect plans sheet 1 through 3, dated 12/9/19, revised 2/10/20. Whereas the 2012 Plan of Conservation and Development establishes goals for community character and housing to consider an alternative form of residential development, such as single-family residences in clusters. The cluster pattern for Southbury has a particular intent, namely the preservation of scenic roadsides, conservation of areas of environmental concern, and views and vistas of open fields. There is an area of 5.8 acres of proposed open space, which includes open fields and the Transylvania Brook that abuts South Britton Road. Whereas the Zoning Commission has reviewed with the applicant's engineer, Stuart Summers Company, LLC, detailed plans entitled Transylvania Brook Estates Cluster Subdivision, dated January 22, 2020, received confirmation of approval from the Inland Wetlands Commission for proposed regulated activities at this site, a parentheses, permit number 1614, close parentheses, and confirmation from the Pomperaug Health Department that this site is suitable for septic and wells. Additionally, the state of Connecticut DEEP environmental analyst has confirmed the presence of an endangered plant species, quote, wild enna, ENNA, and skullcap, close quotes, period. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the Southbury Zoning Commission that the application for the proposed Plan Development District number 22, Transylvania Brook Estates, is approved, and the chairman is authorized to endorse the record map at such time as the applicant has satisfied the following requirements. 1, recommendation from Zoning Commission, the 5.8 acres of proposed open space and the conservation easement for access and maintenance of the existing cited endangered plant over Lot 5 be assigned to the Southbury Conservation Committee, be approved by the Board of Selectmen. 2, submission of a bond in an amount set by the Zoning Commission, copies of the conservation easement and association documents, and a copy of the maintenance agreement for the endangered species all approved by Town Council. 3, a valid inland wetlands permit should be received prior to the signing of the final plans. 4, submission of a bond in the amount of $15,000 to guarantee the installation of one 10,000-gallon underground fire protection water storage tank. 5, a valid state DOT encroachment permit should be received prior to the signing of the final plans. 6, 4 copies of the final plans as revised and approved shall be submitted for the signature of the Zoning Commission Chairman, adopted at a meeting of the Southbury Zoning Commission on June 10, 2020, effective date to be June 18, 2020, with looking for a signature from Gary Giroux, Chairman, Southbury Zoning Commission.
All right, do I hear a motion to approve this resolution as read in?
I move we approve the resolution. This is Rod Ashby.
Do I hear
Susan Montleone, I second that.
Okay, any further discussion? Okay, since there's none, take a roll call vote. Richard Ashby,
I vote aye.
Susan Monteleone,
Aye.
David Dix,
Aye.
Jay Hine,
Jay, you need to unmute your mic.
Aye.
and Martin Ludoff.
Aye.
All right, motion carries. All right, next we have old business, proposed amendments to Town of Southbury zoning regulations. We have two amendments. The signs, and it looks like the corrections that we had discussed at the last meeting have been made. Has everybody read through the document?
This is Susan Monteleone. I've read through them.
And,
Yes, I read them too.
okay, any further commentary or changes or anything? Because we're going to send this off to planning.
Now, I was fine with it. I thought the changes were good.
Okay. So is everybody okay? Since I don't hear any negative,
I have a comment. This is David Dix. I have a page. For the setback for the signs in residential areas, I think the 25 feet is excessive. I mean, people aren't going to put their political signs 25 feet back from the road. I think that's just,
Dave, where are you referring to?
Yeah, what page are you on, David?
I can't find it right now. I'm looking for it.
We're looking for
I
25 feet
remember
from the
reading
road.
it, that's why it's like,
Oh, I think I see. Take a look at page 8. 10.8.6, 25 feet from curb line.
yeah, that's it.
David, is your concern that 25 feet is too far back?
Yes, I mean, when you see political signs, they're usually fairly close to the road, like within 5 feet of the road. I mean, if that's something we want to get rid of, I mean, I think people aren't going to do that.
What would you suggest, Dave?
5 feet.
I would qualify, if, for sake of discussion right now, I would qualify the 5 feet to be no closer than 5 feet, but it can't be on the sidewalk. And if the sidewalk interferes, it's got to be at the back of the sidewalk.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Which may be why planning went to 25 feet, because by definition, it's got to be on the back side of the sidewalk.
Yeah, but not everywhere in town is the sidewalk, the backside of sidewalk 25 feet from the curb.
Correct.
So if we,
So do we
if
wanna
we state
simply
that
talk
it
in
can't be
terms
no
of
closer than,
backside?
maybe making it no closer than the back of the sidewalk.
Yes, I think that does what David wants.
This includes residential areas too, right? So there often is no sidewalk.
This is Rod. Along the Southbury Green, there is, the back of the sidewalk is much farther away than 25 feet.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, this is Jay Hine. What if we go 5 feet? No, that won't work either from the curb, because you can't do that either.
Well, 5 feet from the curb is fine, but as long as it
Except on
doesn't,
the
as long as
sidewalk.
it doesn't interfere with the sidewalk. If it does, then it has to
We
be in
go
the back
like
of the
5
sidewalk.
feet from the curb, and then added the part where it can't interfere with the sidewalk?
Can we add that it has to be behind the sidewalk?
Well, I think the way everybody's
you
the
know,
same.
Like, you know, when applicable or something.
We're never gonna get this.
I know, this is a nightmare.
What?
My opinion, just my opinion, that's putting it right back on the road again, for all intents and purposes. And I thought the whole idea of signage was to clean up the look and to make sure that we maintain a civilized and, orderly look to our town as we drive through our town.
Yeah.
And for my, in my opinion, 5 feet is too close in it.
You know what? I think let's leave it as it is. Send this off to planning, get commentary back from planning. If we catch a lot of flack during the public hearing on this dimension, we'll think about it then.
No, I'm
I like
fine with
that.
that.
Okay,
All right? Dave, you're okay with that?
Guess I don't have a choice, but that's fine, I guess. I'm not gonna vote for it, you know, when it comes down to it. If it's 25 feet, I'm not gonna vote for this.
You can't vote for it for the 25 feet?
No, I can't. I mean,
Okay, well,
think it's
I mean,
excessive.
that's surely your prerogative at the time of the vote. I don't know if this will
Yeah.
change between now and the time we start holding the public hearing. Once again,
Yeah,
it's going to planning, planning's gonna comment on it. We can still make changes before we publish it and set the public hearing, so it's not like, this is the end of the deal here.
Yeah,
So
I-
this
I
way
know.
we can hear what planning's opinion is.
Let's get it out of here and into planning so we can get this thing moving. Okay? All right, so we're gonna put this to rest, Jessica. You're gonna send this off to planning for their review. We're not gonna set a public hearing yet. So more than likely, this is June, July, there's no meeting in August. If we get commentary back from planning in July, we'll probably set the public hearing for September,
That sounds fine with me.
okay? All right. Next. Doggy daycare, section 6.13. In your packet, we all got a memo that we sent to planning back in November of 18. Seriously, we haven't done anything since then? With the changes that we made. We got a response back from planning, January of 19. And I guess it's been sitting ever since then. Planning made comments to our proposal for changes to the zoning regs. They basically accepted all our comments, I think, with a few exceptions. But they also recommended that we put this in section 7 as opposed to section 6.
Correct.
Again, I haven't really taken that into full consideration yet. I just getting this week. I completely forgot about this change in section, and I think everybody else has too. So I think what we want to do on this is, this will be another public hearing, but it's not going to be coincident with signs, because I think that'll be contentious enough to do it both at the same time. So we'll probably put this one off as far as the public hearing goes. Hopefully, depending on how things go in, September, October, probably November for this one. We'll hold 2 months open for the signs, September and October. And we'll set November for this one. But between now and the next meeting, take a look at the commentary from planning and let us discuss the location of this regulation, whether it's in section 6 or section 7. So,
Gary, can
Yeah.
you share with me why it's significant whether it goes into 6 or 7? Somehow I missed that.
I don't know. I have
concept.
I have to read both
Okay.
sections.
All right, because I missed that. I looked at 7, and I
gotta-
thought, well, that makes sense.
I hate to admit, but being on the Planning Zoning Commission for 24 years and chairman for the past 10, I think, I do not know the regulations inside and out.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Shocked.
So, what I'm gonna do? Isn't it? All right, so is that a game plan? Everybody okay
Yeah.
with that? All right,
Yes.
We're good.
all right. That takes care of old business. New business, we have none, right, Jess? All right, correspondence, we have a letter from Stewart Summers granting the extension. That was the extension from our March meeting to extend the approval process of PDD number 20 what?
21.
21.
Right.
It's a little after the fact now, so they're going to get their approval tonight.
Do we have to vote on that, or is that
No.
just is?
No. Minutes for approval. Everybody review the February minutes?
Yes.
Yes, I did.
Any issues?
I do.
No.
No issues, so Jess, we're okay in February. No. We were told by Deb way back that you don't have to vote on those. No, a lot of places do vote on them. So, but we haven't been for a while now. All right, what about March?
No
I had no
problem.
problem.
Okay, that's good to go
We're
too.
good.
Any bills? No? Okay. Any other business that may be come before this commission? What? No, they have to apply. Let's not go ahead of the game here. I mean, they put us through the hoops last year. Jess was talking about Mercado, asked for a request, and I said, no, let them formally submit an application for it. If we all remember last year, we had to get the outside seating area approved last May of 2019 immediately so
Yeah.
they could use it, and they never did it, so they can come back to the formal process.
Which is really strange, because they did go in the parking lot now.
Right, but that was done by executive,
Exactly. They never did their other seating.
no, they didn't do the permanent outside seating area on the side. But yet they
Exactly.
rushed us through it. They had to have it right away so they can get over, they can use it last summer. They never did it, so. They can, I'm not gonna rush again for them. All right, you know what, that's it.
That was
Maybe
fast.
we should do more of these
Yeah.
this way. They go really fast.
You can all go home now.
Yeah.
Do I hear a motion to adjourn?
I
so
so
moved.
moved.
I second.
Everybody.
That was
Third.
Susan who moved. A second?
I second.
Third, fourth.
All right. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Good night.
Till next
Goodbye.
month.
Right.